And we're on to our next match.
Yeah, it's going to be Wodar versus Sgnurf
Yes.
for Silver League. Some of
Got
my
some
competitors.
got some picks and bans. Yes, they are in Pro Noobs League, so it's been a pretty fun game. We
I'm
have
not
here,
biased.
yeah, our bans. Wodar bans nothing. Sgnurf bans Courtyard 1, NE47. Wodar bans nothing yet again, and Sgnurf bans Courtyard 1, the other variation, NE46. Picks. Wodar picks Balcony A23, of course. Sgnurf picks Pub NE47 16 guess. Wodar picks Courtyard 2 NE4 of 7, and Sgnurf picks High Rise NE3 of 5.
Yeah, notably, Wodar not banning anything. He did this against me in our week 1 matchup too, and it almost like it wasn't expected by me, though he's done it before in previous seasons, to a point that it's actually can be a bit nerve-wracking.
Might be a good idea on Wodar's part to just kind of see what his opponents like to do or really aren't comfortable with.
The other thing is he gave Balcony to Wodar, which Wodar happily took, and so we start on Balcony.
I'm ready whenever you are.
So am I, and I believe Sgnurf is too. We'll get started. 3, 2, 1.
So Sgnurf here has purple dress. Gets a nice highlight to start for a possible bug, walking through the conversation like that.
Banana red.
And because of that, he gets shot right away. Not too much time into this game, nice 20 seconds only.
Balcony is a silly map.
And Wodar's pretty good at it.
No, Wodar just phantomed a bug and then shot, I think, someone who was AI control at that time.
Sharper just did that with that game against Morning Track as well, but it didn't go his way.
So maybe we can get a longer game of Balcony here.
Hopefully.
3, 2, 1, go.
Got Wodar here as green dots.
Another one of those games where your ST is not doing what you'd be asking to do. I'm interested to see how Wodar plays it out.
Banana red.
Got 2 low lights out of that. 1 hard low light, 1 not so hard low light.
Red Dress has spent this whole game talking to a point that it's almost like concerningly not a spy, because a spy doesn't match the talk button 4 times in a row.
Well, I guess it depends who's your spy.
That being said, I think Red Dress is highly suspicious, and if she comes back into conversation, we might see this game ending.
That's a briefcase. But are really not talking here, hoping for another sip shot. There we go.
I do not blame Sgnurf at all for that loss. I'm just watching Red Dress being a better spy than most spies I see on this map.
Definitely taking the bull by the horns and talking as much as she could. It's probably the best thing to do when you see someone really active in conversation, that you just idle it out and hopefully they get shot.
We move on to Crowded Pub again. Any 4-7, all missions. I think we've seen Pub quite a bit today, actually.
It's been a good balance.
And we'll get it started here. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Sgnurf here is Alice. Going into a nice empty CC with boots. Seems like Penguin here is getting that instant highlight just to make sure that Wodar can keep track of where this guy goes. He's really small, so it's a pretty good idea to keep track of that.
I don't think that pub is necessarily the best map for him, but Slappy noticed here when I was playing him in warm-ups for his game that you can literally hide behind the bar if you want to.
Yeah, I've seen that. So you're starting it here with a kind of far white with 31%, not the best 34.
Yeah, 31 is like the precise math where if you flirt and get 2 more whites, you'll end up with 99 and be really miserable.
Interesting to see Sgnurf not really turning his camera around to see what's happening around him when he's waiting for a drink. He takes one.
He has a lot of choices here on who he compare more because there's a lot of highlights for Wodar. Highlight going to statue, he's delegated to Purloin. It's gonna be interesting to see if Wodar can hold his shot.
He's the only one at the bar too. So there wasn't much of a wait.
And in the red.
I like this play. He waits till his Purloin taker gets into conversation and does the BB. Unfortunately, there's no SDA in the conversation that Cowboy was in, and he's sipping like a madman.
So not too many lows. Yeah, and exactly just that 99% on the flirt. That's tough. He really needed to hit a green there at any point.
This is doable. He has 20 seconds to go. Oh, that
Just
bug!
inspect.
You could not see that bug on Wodar's camera. He had it right behind the pole, and he's not highlight going into statue. That's usually a good sign.
And Sgnurf gets it.
I'm gonna give him credit for the bug. I think he had to do it anyways because he was running out of time, and his only other option was to swap the statue. But he did it right behind the pole. It was really a strong bug, and Wodar didn't suspect it at all.
For sure. And he finished right on the clock.
Unfortunately, it has 99% seduce, but who cares? He won.
He got that bug off. That's I think third or fourth finish right at 0-0 or really close to 0-0 as possible.
We'll move on to Wodar playing the spy side. Still 4-7, still pub. We'll get started. 3, 2, 1. Wodar waving to the camera.
With a pretty suspicious bug. And a weird stop at the other end of it too. Let's see if Sgnurf does anything else with that.
The only concern I have here is if Sgnurf gets too many highlights and then forgets why Wodar's highlight, because I'm sure he saw that. You don't
This is a pretty strong highlight. And he's already at 4 highlights in an AMBA. Sgnurf's very liberal with these highlights. 34% flirt, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Wodar is standing in the middle of the conversation, but that's okay.
Sure.
He ain't dead yet.
And here, Pearls is the real DS, and she's taking the briefcase right now. Conversations are pretty full, so it might be a good idea for Wodar to get a BB done around this time.
Fake here wouldn't be awful if he does it quick.
Yeah.
Looks like he's satisfied with the timer flirt.
Might try to grab a BB here. The conversations are emptying out. It would have been better if it was earlier. Even a fake would have been better. At least it shows sign of progress.
There's some pretty good highlights here, but they're not in conversation right now.
Now different conversations have filled up. We'll see. Banana bread. The shot comes off.
Yeah, that shot was well timed for 2 reasons. 1, he probably knew the bug happened at the beginning of the game anyways. And 2, all of his other highlights were outside of conversation. I think he kind of just eliminated whoever Sgnurf was also watching.
Not too many lowlights. Or unlighting of lit characters. And we're on to the next. That's a tie so far, 2 for Wodar and 2 for Sgnurf.
And we're on to
the
Courtyard
third.
2. Yeah, Courtyard 2, which I think has to be the most played map in SCL. If we're ready, we'll start 3, 2, 1, plan it.
Starts off in a nice, innocent conversation, but with the highlight.
Yeah, Wodar's play on this map is often flirt-based. From I learned harshly in my first set against him. He's got 6 highlights, 7 and 8 highlights already in what is 30 seconds.
Sgnurf takes his first trip to the statues. Can't get relit here, so we'll see if Wodar remembers that Sgnurf goes to statues. Ooh. That was...
questionable.
A bug?
Yeah, it was a bug, but it didn't stick, and he kind of rushed it coming out of statues. It seems like the sort of decision you make when you're nervous.
Maybe been better if you just continued following along with the ambassador and kind of maybe got alongside with him and taken some time to get that shot parallel to his laser.
Or simply not doing it.
Or
that would also have been good.
So we're 3, 2, Wodar.
And we'll start on the Wodar spy side.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
So Wodar is here as green checks. Starts off with a flirt and a conversation with both suspected double agent and the ambassador. It's a very cast-heavy circle. It's highlight maybe for being the first to leave conversation.
I'm not sure I like this statue. Anytime you get a statue that isn't just like the very beginning of the game, you just get highlight by a lot of snipers and not rewarded. It's one mission, but you didn't have to do it immediately.
He's back in the same conversation. Seems like the seduction target didn't want to leave. We're at 66%. He'll need a close white to finish this off. Otherwise, he threatens getting that 99% or 97 or 98.
It's fine. You just nudge right up next to them and get your flirt on. Wodar with what would be a briefcase cancel. I think it was fine, not rewarded.
Yeah, that's close enough for sure. That's 100% on the seduce. What hardtail do you think he'll do?
I am feeling just a BB Purloin, but I don't know. Going to statues the second time. Let's go swap. I bet swap.
Let's say swap. And that's a really quick put down. Doesn't seem it was caught though.
Banana red.
Yeah, if you have a sleepy laser and don't rotate around, a quick swap is usually
BB.
very good. Green BB, he's going for low lights. This game's over. That's 4-2 Wodar.
Wodar was quick enough there to not be suspected finishing. He's the only highlight at the end of the game though. I feel like those games suck the most when you know that one person you still have suspicion on was your spy.
I feel like that's literally the definition of my spy style, is literally I end up being the only highlight left, but I've hopefully won the game. So I feel Wodar here. It's a good play. I think the swap there was really strong.
Now we're at 4-2 Wodar.
And we get to go to another small low mission map in High Rise 305. Looks like they didn't take down the time, which, as long as they agreed to it, is fine.
305 cut down?
Yeah, it's meant to be. No, I'm thinking of 4-7. Our rules
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Let's get started though. It's gonna be bug swap and microfilm cutoff, which I think is pretty standard. Actually, bug isn't.
Usually maybe
it's
Purloin's
taking
cut.
Purloin. Yeah, Purloin is an active mission, so we'll need to watch that, and we'll get started. 3, 2, 1. Sgnurf going with the single twin strategy.
It's the first highlight of the game. That's statues.
It's Wodar though. There's already 5 highlights. Don't worry. 6 highlights. Literally the whole party is highlight.
There aren't too many people on this map either.
He needs to highlight or low light Damon. He does not have parity right now. And Toby. This is a pretty shameful play by Wodar. He's going to go with the highlight and low light everybody's strategy. Finish the job. Sgnurf going for back-to-back statues, which I think is actually a cool play. I think that's not something you see spies do very often.
He gets the inspects completed.
What do you think is less suspicious, middle statue or going back-to-back side statues? I think middle statue is actually just more suspicious.
Yeah, I feel like middle statue is probably more suspicious. Just to think that someone's getting things done really quickly in one action instead of doing 2. But some progress on flirt.
Yeah, Wodar is tracking flirt really strongly. At least if his laser is not lying to us. He wants to hit greens here so he doesn't get himself shot for flirting.
It doesn't seem like he'll touch fingerprint at all. You'll probably try to contact Double Agent or Purloin here, just for something quicker.
Yeah, I feel Sgnurf needs to get some greens, be it green BB, green Purloin, green Flirt. Otherwise, I don't like his chances.
See if you can get this.
Yeah, when Flirt expires, is he close enough for 22%? I think he probably is.
Maybe.
We'll find out. Yep,
I guess so.
he is.
The AI in this game are very active. They don't seem to like to stick in conversations for too long.
Good for suspicion, bad for the contact double agent, which assumably is what he prefers to do right now.
Banana bread.
Ooh, that was.
He's just lowlighting though.
He almost shot Wheels there.
He has one highlight in a conversation with 3 people, and Sgnurf gets away with it. I like it. That was my heart's bumping after that. He almost shot for that too.
If that BB didn't come off where it did, I feel like Wheels would have died.
I'm not sure I trust Wodar's highlight everyone strategy. I mean, everybody could be the spy. He is correct in that regard. We're in a close set here. It's going to be Wodar 4th,
Yeah.
Sgnurf 3. Sgnurf needs to pull this one off on the sniper side to bring it into overtime. Otherwise, Wodar wins. It's been a very good set. A couple mission wins already, and I think both players are playing relatively well.
Yep.
Wodar gonna have to watch out for swap apparently. We got the inspect and swap setup of high rise, which is interesting.
He's keeping statues in it. Maybe trying to get something quick there.
I like swap without inspect. Like it's a silly little wrinkle that you can do, but inspect and swap just seems like you're really hoping that someone goes to mid statue, and if it doesn't, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
We'll get started here. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So we have Wodar here as green, Irish, Greek, Mediterranean. Getting a nice close Flirt start. 34%.
I think we need to ask Checker just to do one dossier for what is green dress, just so we can stop arguing about this name.
Ooh, that's a little late. If maybe that got started a little bit sooner, been able to take.
On the sniping side too, Sgnurf was around to look at statues. He would not have seen it. That could have been really good, and it's unfortunate Wodar didn't stick it.
Have a lot of Talking seems a little sparse in this conversation. They have a little bit of awkward silence in between, I guess.
And with your seduction target too, this isn't how you do a date.
Yeah. Seems like Water is still making good progress. 68%.
So chances that Wodar goes to mid statue and swaps it, I think, are going higher and higher by the second.
We've got DA in this conversation, so I feel like a nice BB here would be good.
But that sounds like typical good play. I want to see mid statue swap.
Banana red.
Oh, you got the BB.
I hate when you're right.
Well, he can still instack swap. His flirt's not done yet. But it seems like he's going for the flirt anyway.
Someone needs to teach our boy Sgnurf actually a low light. He didn't low light fully for the people outside of conversation.
Not sure the drink pick here was a smart idea. Unless he's planning on bugging.
No one shoots for gulps. Don't worry, Wodar, you're fine.
Wonder if Wodar's waiting it out to see if maybe someone else is a higher suspect than he is.
He's also in a good spot for the behind the back bug. Nope, Ambassador's not nice.
Fingerprint?
Fingerprint's not a mission.
It's not. I wonder where he was shot there.
Oh no. That's a heartbreaker because I think he must have got shot for fingerprint. But fingerprint's not one of the choices. And Wodar had just been to mid statue too. Like he's not high lit. He may have still won the game, but that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah. It sucks when you just don't realize what missions have been cut.
But that's the game. That's Wodar 5-3, and Wodar takes the lead in silver with wins over myself and now Sgnurf. That's 2 in a row.
4 points.
Our boy Sgnurf making a good showing out of it there. It really could have gone into overtime if he hadn't just had a minor mental lapse there and shooting for the fingerprint.